Okay, Genesis chapter 16. Now, this chapter is short, but I have a feeling I'm going to say a lot because it's got something really kind of weird in it weird from our culture, from our cultural standpoint. Okay, so Genesis chapter 16. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian maidservant named Hagar. So she said to Abram, "The Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my maidservant. Perhaps I can build a family through her." Wow, that sounds weird, but they could do that apparently in that time. I've heard that the way they would do this is the maid servant, the female servant, would get pregnant to the husband and, carry the child and conceive the child, but she would give birth to the child while sitting on the lap of the woman, the wife that was barren. That's what I've heard. And so that way it's fairly close, to almost like they're faking who's really having the baby, I guess, or pretending the other one is having the baby. So, um, Sarai wants Abram to have a child and figures, well, I'm barren. I give up. Go sleep with my maidservant. Abram agreed to what Sarai said. So after Abram had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarai, his wife, took her Egyptian maidservant Hagar and gave her to her husband to be his wife. So when he slept with her, she became his wife. He slept with Hagar, and she conceived. So now Abram has two wives, Sarai and Hagar. But Hagar's baby is supposed to be really Sarai's child. Okay. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. It doesn't say why. We don't know if it's because she didn't want to get pregnant. She's upset that this happened. Or maybe she despised her mistress because she thought she was better than Sarai because she can have babies and Sarai can't. Verse 5. Then Sarai said to Abram, "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my servant in your arms, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me." So now Sarai is saying, it's your fault, Abram, because you did this. Whose idea was it? Verse 6. "Your servant is in your hands," Abram said. "Do with her whatever you think best." So Abram wasn't really thinking of Hagar as his wife. He still considered her Sarai's maidservant. So he says, "Your servant is in your hands," Abram said. "Do with her whatever you think best." Then Sarai mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. Wow. So there seems to be some jealousy going on here. Sarai certainly wasn't being good here. I mean, it says she mistreated her. So Hagar fled from her. Verse 7. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. Does that mean the angel of the Lord was looking for Hagar? The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Shur. So she was on a road to Shur and found a spring, and that's where the angel of the Lord found Hagar. Verse 8. And he said, "Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going?" "I'm running away from my mistress Sarai," she answered. Verse 9. Then the angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her. Do what she says." Verse 10. The angel added, I will so increase your descendants that they will be too numerous to count. Now, the Lord told Abram that he would have offspring that was too numerous to count. And now the angel of the Lord is telling Hagar, go back to your mistress, listen to her, and I will increase your descendants so that they'll be too numerous to count. So is the promise coming through Hagar? We'll see. Verse 11. The angel of the Lord also said to her, you are now with child, and you will have a son. You shall name him Ishmael. Some people say Ishmael. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. And he will live in hostility toward all his brothers. Sounds real friendly. Not. Verse 13. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. So she called the Lord something. This is what she said. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who sees me. You are the God who sees me. So, this is translated into English. She obviously gave him a name where it was a word or two, but it meant, you are the God who sees me. For she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. That is why the well was called Ber Lahai Roi, or Ber Lahai Roi. It is still there between Kadesh and Bered. Well, it was still there at the time of the original writing. We don't know if it's still there today. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore him Ishmael. Pretty straightforward. Bye.